Okay, so plus, let's say 7. Close. Plus 9, plus 10. I think that's got it. I just played around with it until it worked. So maybe that's right. So I just played around with it, guess working, but you'll figure it out, and I'll explain it later on how we got to this. Um, but know that it does not have a horizontal asymptote. It does have what I call a slant asymptote. I think your book might call it an oblique asymptote, which tells me nothing. Oblique doesn't mean nothing to me, but they wanted a new name so that they could sell a new book. Just saying. Now, the vertical asymptote is at 4 because 4 minus 4 is 0. So your domain is negative infinity to 4, comma, 4 to infinity. And it does help to read your instructions. And since I don't have a horizontal asymptote, this does not exist. DNE. So that one's nice. I like that one. Okay. Now, then this one says sketch the graph after you have found the x-intercept, the y-intercept, your asymptotes, then sketch it. So let me go to Desmos. Fraction key. -2 over x minus 3. X minus 3. Let me hit home. So my x-intercept, x equals 3, because that's what makes the denominator 0. Now, this is hugged across y equals 0. Now, the purple and the green cross at 3, 0. Then, on the blue line, this is at 4 and -2. So 3, 0, 4, -2 are your 2 points to graph. All right? So 3, 0, 4, -2 are your 2 points for graphing. Now, x equals 3, y equals 0 are your asymptotes. Now, your x-intercept, it ain't crossing x, but it does cross at y. It crosses at 0.000000, or sorry, not 0, 0.666666. So notice I typed sixes until the little fraction key disappears. I keep typing the 6 until that little fraction key comes back. When it comes back, that is the right fraction. Until it comes back, it's the wrong fraction. So this is positive 2/3. So this y-intercept is 0, 2/3, and it does not have an x-intercept. Now when you graph, three, 0 is going to be the first point you graph. Then 4, -2 is going to be the second point. And when you do, it'll graph your equation. Number next. When told to choose graph that matches the equation, eliminate those that are obviously wrong. Also, and I said here, rely on Mr. Goodbuddy. I'm going to just tell you, rely on Desmos. I love Desmos. It's easier to use. Okay? And I had said, look at number 9, 11, and 12 in 5.5. Uh, 9, 11, and 12. I will say I do want to look at number 12. 9 and 11 are just picking the correct problem. Okay? But number 12 is graphing it. X plus 1, so x plus 1, type that into Desmos. And then x minus 2, I think it was. Yes. Let me go to Desmos first. I typed that in. Now, as I look at this is hugging around x equals 2. And then y equals, if I put in 0, no, it's not 0. So let's put in 1. Yes. So 2 comma 1 is the first point that I'm going to put in. And then 4 Yeah, 4 2.2 or 2.5 is not a nice answer. That one is not nice. That is not nice. Let's look at this one. So let's put in x equals 3. And I'm only doing that because I need a nice point. Aha, 3, 4 is a nice point. Okay, so the intersection of the blue and the green lines, the horizontal and the vertical asymptotes, and then 3, 4 is the point on the red line. So those 2 points I'm going to use in graphing. So 2, 1 is the first point I have to graph, then 3, 4. So let me go to Desmo, or XYZ. Notice this graphing tool is already chosen for me. So 2, 1, the asymptotes have to be the first point I graph. 3, 4 has to be the next one I graph. And as a reminder, you never have to take less than a perfect score. So if I mess up, I can get a new problem. Now, as a reminder, the formula when you've got an x squared, the formula for part A is, remember this is A, this is B, this is C, okay? This is the formula for part A. This is the formula for part B. So A is 3, and x plus A is just part of the formula. And this is a little a. Plus, and in this case, and I'm going to erase because B is a negative. So instead of positive 3, I've got a minus 3. So when that says plus B, you keep the sign of whatever B is. Now that says 2 times A, and then keep an X, plus A, H, plus your B, and B is a minus 3. 2 times A, or 2 times 3 is 6. And that's all we do to that. Yahoo! All right. Now, this is not a nice problem. Just saying. Well, part A is nice. Okay? I just have to be honest. Part A is extremely nice. Your basic plan is $20. Let X be the number of minutes, blah, blah, blah. What is the expression for the average cost per minute if the value of X is the first 250 minutes? Well, the cost for the first 220 minutes is the basic plan, so 20 divided by X. Yahoo! Well, beyond the basic, up to 1,000 minutes. Ugh. This thing is nasty. Okay. What is the expression for the average? Well, your basic plus 25 cents per minute after. Okay. And I always have trouble with this problem. And I don't know why I always do, but I always do. Hang on just a second. And I always have had trouble with this one. Oh, yeah. Okay. So X minus 250. And then every bit of that divided by X. And now, are you ready? Everywhere X is, put 1,000. Okay. So 20 plus 0.25. And 1,000 minus 250 is 750. Divided by 1,000. Plug that into Mr. Goodbuddy. And you get 0.2075. And it says round to the nearest cent. So 0.21. All right. That's got it. Yeehaw.